Okay then, so I was not expecting this to be announced for a while, but yeah, we have official confirmation that we are indeed getting the answer in Persona 3 Reload. Why did you announce this on the 6th and not the 5th? What the fuck is wrong with you? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Point here, and yeah, I was not expecting to be making this video anytime soon. I think we all knew this video was coming, thanks to data mining and shit like that. We all knew this video was going to come eventually, but I was not expecting it to come this quickly. Part of me wonders if the reason they've announced this so quickly is because of the data mine. Because the trailer was, for those who aren't aware, basically the Persona 3 Reload expansion pass was just announced at the Xbox partner. I didn't know if they don't call it a partner showcase, but I'm just gonna call it back because that's what Nintendo calls it. Yeah, they're a fucking partner show-off showcase thing. But they showed off a bunch of third-party stuff that's coming to Xbox, so you know, like pretty much all of Xbox's game library. But and I said that as an Xbox fan. And yeah, because of this whole deal with fucking Xbox Atlas signed for some goddamn reason, they yeah, it's now been officially revealed that the expansion pass that we all fucking heard about ages ago is indeed coming to Persona 3 Reload. So what this expansion pass includes is it's going to be hold on, I actually just realized I probably should have looked at the release dates before I got on video here. Hold on. Okay. So basically, this expansion pass is split into 3 different waves. It is split into Wave 1, which is coming out on March 12th, which is less than a week away. And that one is, yeah, it's just more music for... it's basically just more Persona 4 Golden music and more Persona 5 Royal music. That's not really anything all that special. I think some of the songs they're adding, for Persona 5 they're adding I Believe and Life Will Change. I saw those ones in there. And for Persona 4 I know they're adding like the 8-bit version of Face Myself. I didn't really look through the trailer that much because honestly I don't really care about this pack. I didn't really particularly like how the music was handled in Reload. Not the music in general, the DLC music. I don't really like how that was handled. Maybe they could fix this with this. Who am I kidding? Of course they won't. But so that's Wave 1, and that's coming out in, like I say, less than a week. So that's kind of sudden. The second wave is going to be coming out in May, and that is going to be Velvet Room costumes and background music. So yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's Velvet Room costumes for all the party members, plus some background music. Velvet Room background music. From the sound of things and from what we saw in the data mine, it's pretty much just like the disco and the Velvet Room, like those kind of tracks that they used to throw on the end of the soundtrack CDs. It's just gonna be those. So honestly, like, this is better than the more Persona 4 and 5 music, but really, like, of all costume DLCs, Velvet Room costumes, like, really, like, couldn't these have just been in the base game? Like, I feel like if you're gonna do costume DLC, I feel like the best you could have done was maybe the Persona 4 Arena versions of the characters. So, you know, you can dress all the characters besides Makoto and Shinji, obviously, as their Persona 4 Arena versions. I don't know, that just feels kind of obvious to me. Like, Persona 3 Dancing had that, and speaking of which, maybe a Persona 3 Dancing pack could have been cool, or Persona 1 and 2 packs, or a fucking SMTF pack, or an SMT4 pack, you know, just stuff like that, like Velvet Room costumes, really. Like, that's, I don't know, I feel like that's probably the most underwhelming thing you could have come out with. The best would have been the arena costumes, personally, but whatever, maybe there are other people who are more excited about that than I am. But of course, the star of the show is Wave 3, which is coming out in fucking September, so it sounds like all that shit we heard about the fucking 2025 fiscal year was fucking bullshit, because the 2025 fiscal year starts in October, and the final part of this comes out in fucking September, so I guess that was bullshit. And that's when we're getting Episode Aegis and the answer. All of the marketing seems to be calling it Episode Aegis, although there is a little thing here where it's called the answer, so I wonder if they're just going to be using the Episode Aegis name everywhere now, rather than calling it the answer. And to be honest, I'd actually be cool with that. I personally much prefer the term Episode Aegis. I don't know, it just feels right to me. It's Aegis' story after all, and yeah, okay, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This expansion pass is kind of ass. So yeah, the answer, or Episode Aegis as I guess they're calling it now, Episode Aegis Awesome. Great. I'm really glad they're adding that. Hopefully it doesn't play like ass like it did in the original. But everything else here could have been better. I don't think a single person gives a shit about the music DLC. I don't think anyone gives a fuck about that. And I say that as someone who likes a lot of the songs at the back. Like, I Believe is one of my favorite fucking Persona songs. And then with the Velvet Room costume pack, like I said, that just feels super underwhelming. Like, of all costume packs, why Velvet Room costumes? I'm genuinely confused. Why Velvet Room costumes? What the fuck? Whatever, but... yeah, let's be honest here. This expansion pass is really just an excuse to release the answer. Like, let's be real here. That's exactly what this is. And you know, we're getting Metis in the game now. We haven't heard the voice acting yet. Well, at least I watched the trailer on the Atlas West YouTube channel. For all I know, maybe the version on the Xbox YouTube channel was dubbed. I don't fucking know. I didn't watch that version. I just watched the trailer from Atlas West YouTube channel, and that wasn't dubbed. That was it was translated. Like, you could see English text in the game, like in the gameplay footage, but there was no dub yet. So I assume that this hasn't been dubbed yet. Obviously, they have till September to do this, and yeah, that's going to be a long job, but you know, you get my point. I'm really interested to see who's going to be playing Metis. That's going to be interesting because, yeah, Metis is a character that we haven't. Sorry, Metis is a character we haven't seen since the answer, for obvious reasons, those who have played it. She doesn't die or anything for those who haven't played it. It's just, it makes sense that we don't see her again. I'm trying not to spoil things, but no, she doesn't die, for anyone who's wondering that. Yeah, fucking... so, I don't know, I'm just really interested to see her again. Yeah, this just kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Now, I've really said everything there is to say about this, about how I think it's disappointing. But, aside from the answer, obviously. But, I do want to talk about what this means for possible further future DLC, because if this comes out, then all of the DLC for this game will have come out within the course of a year. We all thought this shit was going to be coming out, like, next year. We all thought this shit was going to, like, the answer at the very least, I thought was going to come out, like, late next year. I'm not even kidding. So this coming out so early has kind of made me think, maybe, and I understand this is complete, like, tinfoil hat shit, but, like, maybe, just maybe, we could get a second expansion pass. Because, and here's my logic on this, no, it's not just I want the FEMC, although it is partially that. It's not just I want the FEMC. It's also partially because, well, one, it's kind of become standard for a lot of games to do multiple season passes or expansion passes rather than just one. That's kind of become the standard in recent years, which I kind of partially hate, although Guilty Gear Strive has been doing it, and it's allowed them to keep adding more characters, so I guess I shouldn't complain, otherwise we wouldn't have Bridget in the game. Although, wait, was she a part of Pass 1 or Pass 2? I actually don't remember. Oh god, I'm gonna get roasted by the Guilty Gear fans. Then again, the Guilty Gear fans will roast me for calling Bridget a she, even though she is. Stay mad, fuckers. But, anyway, where the fuck was I? I just started ranting about Guilty Gear for a second. Yeah, no, so... it's not just because of FEMC, it's also partially because there is so much DLC that they could be doing. There's so much money just waiting to be made here. Like, obviously FEMC. Like, FEMC, if they were to do an expansion pass 2, FEMC would be, like, the final one. It would be, like, the cherry on top, like the fucking... or no, it would be, like, the main... it would be the main attraction, you know what I mean? Like the answer is here. Like, the entire trailer was basically focused around the answer. And if they announced an expansion pass 2, I imagine it would be similar with the FEMC. Like, you have to have that big thing to really sell the whole thing. So I feel like if they did an expansion pass 2, that would obviously be the big thing. But also, I also think there's a lot of other things. Like I said, there's a lot of costume packs you could do. You could do Persona 4 Arena, you could do fucking dancing, F1 and 2, SMT4, SMT5. I actually really want them to add the uniforms from SMT5 because those uniforms look fucking great. You know, stuff like that. Plus, there's obviously the possibility of an original soundtrack option. I've been wanting that for ages. I think it's really dumb that that's not in the game by default, if I'm honest. Plus, if they did that, who knows? Maybe they would make like new versions of the new songs with Yumi Kawamura on vocals. They wouldn't do that. They would probably just use the songs that played in the original game. I'm hoping too much here, but like you know, you get the point. I would have liked the ability to use the original soundtrack. Is my point. So they could maybe do that. They could do the arena costumes or the dancing costumes, or probably just a whole bunch of costumes, whatever the fuck. And then of course there's the FEMC. You know, there's so much more they could do here. And you know, I feel like, obviously nothing is guaranteed, but I feel like with all of this coming out within the year of the game's release, I feel like, and with how much there still is on the table to actually release, I feel like a second DLC pass is very much possible. Like obviously don't get your hopes up or anything, but I feel like it's very much possible. You know, plus who's to say, maybe this is Atlus's way of testing the waters for doing this rather than doing like what they did with Persona 5 Royal or Persona 4 Golden, Strange Journey Redux, and what they're currently doing with SMT5 Vengeance. Like that sort of thing where they would re-release the game a few years afterwards. Maybe this is Atlus testing the waters to see if they can get out of that habit. Maybe, just a thought. So it is possible. So I don't know, the whole expansion pass thing. That was just sort of the little second expansion pass thing that I was talking about. That was more so just sort of an idea. Don't take this as like that's entirely speculation, entirely like, you know, it's entirely speculation, entirely theory. None of that's confirmed. I just wanted to talk about that because I think it's an interesting discussion. Anyway, so if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, tell me what you think of the current expansion pass and what you think of the idea of a second expansion pass. Personally, I'm all for it, and I also think it's kind of semi-possible that they could do it. Subscribe if you want to. I don't really know, and that's all I have to say. So. Bye.